Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Dynasty NFL. My name is Trevor, and this is Juan. Before we get started, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe like you always do. Join the Facebook group and be part of the conversation. For the most part, all of you guys are smarter than an NFL coach. Remember that. Because the amount of sheer stupidity that was in display in Week 15 is by far the most mind-boggling, head-scratching things I've ever seen. We take a pick. Indianapolis blowing a 33-point lead, lead to lose the game on Saturday night. The Dallas Cowboys blowing a double-digit lead to lose to Jacksonville in overtime. But I can start from there too, and how bad that play calling was in that moment. You had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers allowing 33 unanswered points to lose the game after up 17-0. Maybe we could do that too. Or it hits home for us because, the New England Patriots might just be the dumbest team in the NFL. Because we all know what you're seeing. We all know.
Everybody
see it.
So everyone who don't watch football saw it.
Seen the sheer idiocy that was in display in Las Vegas, all because. Let's just get into it. And we said this 2 weeks ago when they lost to Buffalo. How we lost to Buffalo. I said, they're not going to the playoffs. Then they kind of cheered the fan base on. Not me. I wasn't falling for it. We weren't falling for it. When they beat Arizona, people were like, okay, we're still in the playoff mix, but we already knew what was going to happen. We knew that at the end of the day, the Patriots are not going to go to the playoffs. And if they do and sneak in, they're not going to go very far. They're going to go in for a curse stop in the first round. We knew this already. But we were just waiting for the inevitable. But what happened last night just pretty much confirmed and timestamped 7:27 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, wow. You got the time.
Yes. Eastern time.
Impressive.
The New England Patriots, even though they're still mathematically alive, timestamp. The New England Patriots are officially eliminated from playoff contention. That game right there. And I don't think I'm going too far about this. Now, Patriot fans, I know a lot of you guys are late to the party. We say
usual.
Like usual. A lot of you guys criticized us for saying what we said. Other fan bases too saying what we said about Bill Belichick and how Robert Kraft needs to step in. After yesterday, if he's smart, he's at the end of the day, he's a businessman. He's a businessman at the end of the day. I know he listens to sports media around. I know he listens to it. He's Robert Kraft.
I don't think he needs to listen to nothing. I think his eyes work and saw what happened yesterday. Yes. That should be enough.
He goes all the games, so I know he sees it.
Exactly.
Probably pissed off in the plane ride. Well, I'll be pissed off too, Mr. Kraft. You paying all his bread for this? For all this money for this?
You mean nothing.
For that, give me the money. Give us the money. We could use it, Mr. Kraft. We could use it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want someone with discipline, because this Patriots team does not have any discipline, hire Coach Tulio. Hire him. I guarantee you he'll be in shape. Because that would not happen under his tutelage. No, would not happen. Shout out to Tulio, by the way. But let's start. You have anything to say?
Wow, a lot to say. But you're on a roll. You can go do you.
So okay.
By the way, the majority of the show is going to be based on this. We're going to touch on the other stuff. Don't get it twisted. It's just this just has to be said.
Yes.
For maybe, if anything, if not for content, if not for information and education, for our sanity.
Mm-hmm. This is very therapeutic for us, actually, because what the hell was that? So let's start off with the offense, which has been a reoccurring theme all year. So it's 3-0, right? The defense played well in the first quarter. It's 3-0. It's in the second quarter. We're inside the 10-yard line. It's not 10-yard line. Matt Jones throws a touchdown pass to Jacoby Myers.
Yes, because who else is going to catch the ball?
It's Jacoby Myers.
Nobody
A
else.
touchdown. I'm like, all right, cool. No, good drive. They went down the field with ease. Okay, no problem. Matt Jones.
That was easily the best drive to me.
Yes. But unfortunately, there's no score change on the scoreboard. We're thinking, what's going on? Because Matt Patricia calls a timeout. Matt Patricia called a timeout. Of course, Matt Jones is infuriated. We are infuriated. Because why would you do that? And do you know what happened afterwards? After they came back there, they got, that's what they have to call, stonewalled at inside the 2-yard line. Stonewalled. 3 points. 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? I want to ask Matt Patricia, what did you see from your defensive expertise? Did you see that was like, all right, fine. Damn, I'm not like how the offense works. Oh, really? So you see something that you see something that on the defensive side with the Raiders that you didn't like? You said, oh no, I got to call time. I don't think you set up correctly, but it worked. Apparently, it was good. It was work. And then you draw up plays to do that to get 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
All reliable Nick Folk.
Mm-hmm.
3 points. Then after that, can we just be honest here, which will be a more recurring thing after that. And usually we don't like to complain about the referees because it's kind of Bush League and whatever, it's part of the game, whatever, but this was ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. The Raiders had 91 penalty yards. Almost 100 yards of penalties. 100 yard penalties.
Should have had like 30.
Should have had 30 more.
They missed, I don't know how many
holds,
legal hands to the face on defense. Oh my God. They let their offensive line get away with murder.
They did.
In this game, bro. So many. Jesus, all I saw our linemen. This is for YouTube because they can't see on the podcast network. But all you see was my defenders' hands faces going every single rush. All you see, but no, I didn't know you could uppercut defensive linemen because if that's the case, then I don't know how people get pressure.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Like that's exactly what the hell was going on in that game. They let that Raiders offensive line, which is trash, by the way, get away with murder in the whole game. They should have had like 30 penalties.
And they saw Matt Jones getting very frustrated. Angry.
The usual Matt Jones.
Matt Jones the last 2 weeks. He got frustrated trying to wave off Matt Patricia. But this time it didn't really work well because he was bad too. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the passion and trying to, do the, no. He was bad too. Matt Jones was terrible too. Wasn't the reason he lost the game, but he was bad too. Just not good. They're down 17-3 at the half to the freaking Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, the Patriots, the Raiders end up doing Raiders shit because that's what they are. That's what they are. They are not a good football team at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots scored 21 unanswered points.
Mm-hmm.
They go 24-17. At that point, we say, all right, the Raiders completely blew it again. They're going to do this again. And then the bullshit commences afterwards. The Raiders go down the field. Again, getting away with murder. The offensive line getting away with murder, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the touchdown pass, which, again, almost everybody's seen. He's clearly out of bounds. Clearly out of bounds. But they rule a touchdown anyway. So what's the point of having replay? Now, there's some Raider fans out there, especially on my personal page on Facebook, and a lot of people saying that, well, here's the angle, here's the best angle that we got from the thing. Oh, but why was this angle shown on Fox? I think what I'm talking about. There's an angle they show where his feet, there's a lot of space between his feet and the line, saying that, well, it is a touchdown. Why didn't we? If that was the case, why didn't we seen that shot and seen that exact same angle? So people are sharing photoshopped photoshopped pictures of him being in. That's exactly what it is.
I know.
But people are idiots.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna let it rock. Because that's the case. How come that angle we didn't see that angle on TV?
Mhm.
But okay, they get away with one. They get away with one. So now it's tied. And okay, it happens. Was it robbery? I would have said it was. It was robbery. It was a very bad call. But you know what? You can live with that. It happens. It's football. It happens to everybody. So I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Which we didn't have to, because what happened afterwards just was the cherry on top of a nice shit Sunday. Ramondre Stevenson runs the ball. There's a lot of yardage, right? Yardage. The clock ends at 0.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, all right, fine, because there's no way he gonna got out of bounds in time enough to get a field goal for McFall. It was not enough at the time. Time ran out, 0-0 at 0. Instead of falling down, he pitches the football to Jacoby Myers. And Jacoby Myers starts to play hero ball and throws it to Mac Jones, who's literally the last line of defense anyway. Well, as he's doing it to Mac Jones. This is why he's not a quarterback, Jacoby Myers. It gets picked off by Chandler Jones, and he runs it back in for a touchdown to win the game for the Raiders.
Which is a fumble, by the way. It's a backward pass, not an interception.
Just
for people who know.
Yeah, they will clarify that. Because in hindsight, you watch, he's like, oh, he threw the ball. Yeah, that makes sense because it's technically, you're right.
Backward pass is a fumble 6, not a big 6.
Still terrible either way, if you are a Patriot fan like us. Watching it with sheer shock and disgust. It was more like, I'm shocked, and then as it happens and they score, I just become just disgusted and angry, to the point where, mind you, we've been watching games together for the last 3 years. 3 years.
Hello there. So during the recording, my lovely internet decided to cut off. So you're going to see a little bit of a time skip in between the 13 to 14-minute mark of the show. So basically what was said during those 3 minutes when my internet cut off and nothing got caught was that throughout the times that Trevor and I were watching Patriots games together, we've never seen players ad-lib at all, because Ramondre Stevenson and Jacoby Myers on the press conferences saying that they take responsibility for what happened. They want to play hero ball, and they went off script, quote unquote, and did what they did, even though that's not how the NFL works. So what you're about to hear is us continuing that conversation, saying that we're not buying it. Enjoy.
Because we are not buying it. Not even a little bit. Because, I'm going to tell you why. And we were talking about this before off air. Players don't go ad-lib like that in the NFL. That's how you get kicked out of the league.
Mhm.
So, again, we're not buying it, because if you guys really did do that, both of you guys cleverly did that, then you both should get cut today. I don't give a damn. I don't care if Ramondre Stevenson has had over almost 180 yards rushing. I don't care if Jacoby Myers is our leading receiver. If you're going to go by that, if you're going to sit there in this press conference and tell us that you guys was trying to play hero ball, make a play on your own, and y'all did that on your own, y'all deserve to get cut off the team. But we're not buying that, because we don't believe you're that stupid. We believe that the people who told you to do that are stupid. This play was drawn up. This play was drawn up because you're not going to tell me, because that amount to own up to that amount of stupidity when you didn't do anything is stupid. I mean, yeah, the cause of it, you guys actually did it. And I tell myself, man, this is probably a stupid idea. Maybe we should lay down. She's falling for. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that aspect. If you're going to own up to that, and if you really want to say that, then you should get cut. If not, they're going to go to our other situation where we have the coaching staff. And immediately after that happened, we just left. And in my head, I immediately thought to myself, Robert Kraft, it's time. It's time. Thank you, Bill Belichick, for your time. Thank you for your Super Bowl rings. Thank you for helping us become one of the greatest dynasties of our generation. Thank you for being the greatest coach of all time. Thank you. But your services are no longer needed. It's time to go. Now, I'm not going to tell him he's outright fired. I'm going to give him the opportunity because he's earned that right to have a choice. He's earned the right to say, all right, fine. I want you to be the coach, but as far as you being the GM, we got to bring in the GM. You focus on the team. Oh, but before you focus on the team, your offensive coaching staff, fired. Everyone's gone. Joe Judge, gone. Matt Patricia, go. Bye. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Gerard Mayer, you can stay. Oh, and your son, Steve Belichick, get him the fuck out of here too. Get him out of here too. Gerard Mayer, you can stay. You still can stay. You know, we gotta build on stuff like that. And we need someone here who knows the system, who's gonna have some type of stability. There's only 3 games left. We need something like that. Gerard Mayer, I think he's okay. He can stay, and whatever he wants to do from there. But it's time to clean house. Tell Bill Belichick, hey, listen, you can be the coach and coach only, and get out or get out. Because what happened yesterday falls on the sheer amount of stupidity from at the coaching level. What the hell? I'm so sorry.
I'm used to that from you at this point.
Yes, sorry. I hate that ringtone. But, yeah. But, Juan, that's your question, sir.
Yeah.
Were there certain people who told us that when we said that, hey, that Robert Kraft needs to start looking at Bill Belichick right now, and people thought that we were crazy, and they called us mine. We had this long management rant. What do you want to say to them about that?
It's on camera. It's on the channel, on the Sports Dynasty YouTube channel. It's the AFC East shakedown. I believe it was week 2.
Yes,
I believe so. It was second week of September. Who the hell did we play? Pittsburgh. That was that game, right?
No. They played Miami. First game played Miami.
Week 1.
Yeah, week 2.
But we hosted week 2.
Yeah, week 2 was.
So we're reviewing the Miami loss.
Yes,
and we were talking about Pittsburgh.
Yes,
game. As I'm saying.
Yes.
So I was saying. So it was week 2. It was that. That was that Saturday before week 2. It was that show where we had the long argument between me, us. It was more. I was the one talking more because I was dead ass serious. Yet the New York is coming out of me. I was straight up serious about what I said. Between me, some of him, he was like me talking because I was too hyped. You know when I'm hyped, I can't be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to see that? That was the last episode of Sports Dynasty, and I look stupid arguing because apparently Mac Jones is. I'm not going there. Anyway, between me, the Dolphins representative of that show, Captain D, and some guy that we don't have around here anymore.
Long Beach Joe. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But that argument, I called out Belichick in front of everybody. I called him out, said, we don't make playoffs. If things don't get better, it's time to be evaluating you and possibly getting you out.
And that was a shit show and then in its own because they were like, what? Like really coming at I agree with him too. I agree with him too.
Yeah, and Tommy of Bill's Mafia Sports Report agreed with me too. And
understood that. So those two guys was like, are you kidding me? They wish they had that amount of success. But okay. That's true. Mind you, the Long Beach Joe, the guy, right, is a Lakers fan. So the fact of the matter is how he was able to tell us that how crazy we were and how all the championships he won. You're a Laker fan.
You're a Laker fan.
And you see what's going on with them.
The baby girl bus is destroying your franchise as you speak.
As you speak. Yeah, talk about all the rings. Oh, yeah, you got rings in the Lakers. We got rings with the Patriots. It's very similar. Ever since the Dr. Buzz passed away, the Lakers have been one of the worst ran franchises in the NBA. You, of all people, would know that. You watch the team. So when we talk about hey, Belichick started, he started getting long in the tooth. He's been ever since Tom Brady left, the team and his coaching staff, the coaching and the play calling and the team, as far as the culture of the team, has deteriorated since he left. Now you understand why he left. We understand why Tom Brady left. And if all for all you idiots talking about,
all for you in this play right here. There you go.
And if all you idiots talking about, well, Tom Brady gonna come back to New England and fix everything. Why would you come back to this bullshit? Why would you come back to this bullshit? Let him know he needs to retire because we'll get to him later, but it doesn't make any sense. Not even a little bit of sense. At all. Please, when we say certain things, we say it because especially with people who don't watch the team. We watch the team, we evaluate them, we go through every little nitpicks and every little thing they do because we are fans, one, and we obviously are trying to educate and inform, right?
And we also cover them.
And we cover them too, of course.
Well, not anymore. I ain't doing it now.
We know what we're talking about. So please save us the bullshit talking about, oh, well, you guys are crazy, you guys are spoiled brats. Oh, and most of them sound like, oh, Juan is a Yankee fan. Juan is a Yankee fan.
Remind me.
The most historic and successful franchise in North American sports. And I hate them, but it kills me to say that.
I'm starting to hate them too.
Do you see the bullshit they're going through right now?
You son of a bitch.
Do you see what's going on? Are you seeing a recurring theme here? Oh, let's talk about the Boston Red Sox.
Oh yeah,
the Boston Red Sox are one of the biggest biggest markets in sports. They have so much money. John Henry is a billionaire. A billionaire who's trying to cut costs. Mind you, he's built 4 World Series championship teams. When how many championships they won before that? Before that, knowing how the last championship they won before 2004, it was 86 years. You come and take over, and you are winning championships left and right inconsistently, but you win championships nevertheless. But you're one of the worst owners in the NFL. I'm sorry, in Major League Baseball, because you guys are so cheap. See the bullshit going on here? It's time. The run is over. Yes, the run is over. We know this already. The run is over. We know this already. But please don't come at us telling about we don't know what we're talking about. We're spoiled when I have eyes. I'm not blind.
Yeah, I'm definitely cutting this out and making this a video. I'm doing it. And I'm posting it in every Patriot thing I can put it. I don't give a shit. I'm making this a video.
Thank you.
I'm doing it.
It's it. That's it.
It's about 20 minutes of good shit. Like, I'm putting it out there, bro.
I didn't understand that. I don't understand. We know what we're talking about. We're fans at the end of the day. We're angry. We're angry. And now there's some Patriot fans, and again, late to the party.
Fortunately for you, we're smart fans who are angry. You know what we're talking about.
Yes, late to the party, but you're seeing it in full display now. You said, in Bull we press, in Bill we trust, in Bull we trust.
That's gone.
Even after all the bullshit that's been going on the last 3 years, some of us were saying, you know what, at the end of the day, we're still Bill we trust. After last night, what are you saying now? I dare a Patriot fan to defend this garbage. To defend this. What you saw yesterday is indefensible. It's inexcusable. And almost to the point where it's almost unforgivable. Almost unforgivable. Depending on how everything goes. But this...
You know how it's going to go. Cincy, Miami, and Buffalo. They win his shit. 7-10.
The Cincinnati Bengals were down 17-0 and completely shit it on the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster because they won, because they could.
Miami almost beat the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo in a snowstorm. They
again.
Almost did it.
And
then the Bills still pulled out the game because they have a superhero in Josh Allen.
Yes.
Those are the 3 teams that the Patriots are going to play back to back to back.
And you know what's crazy? The Patriots are 7-7, right?
Mm-hmm. Chargers won, by the way.
Chargers won, by the way. Yes. So
they're a game up.
They're a game up on us, even though they suck. But they're still in there. Yeah. Patriots not making the playoffs.
We told you this like 3 weeks ago.
Yes. How this offense is being ran right now? You really truly believe that the Patriots are going to win the next 3 games? only won the next 3 games? You really think that with his offense? And again, apologize to the defense who again could continue to hold down this team for as long as they have. Now the last drive, the drive when they had the touchdown run for them, all right, they fell asleep.
Yeah, they fell asleep.
They fell
on that.
asleep. But I'm
No,
about
old defense is not used to do either.
yes,
No discipline.
yes. So it was a bad defensive drive in that for that most part. But I'm not gonna shit on them.
They scored.
They scored. Cut them to score a touchdown.
They
So
scored.
so this is not on y'all. I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry that you have to continue to hold to carry the team in your back because the offense is fucking dog shit. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Definitely, they deserve more than an apology. They should get paid.
Mhm.
The offensive players should give them half their checks to defense. Y'all don't deserve money for this. Fuck out of here. Give this defense half your paychecks because that's exactly what they deserve.
Yep.
It's literally that simple. Because what the fuck you get paid for? Let's keep it real. Come on, son. Let's stop, bro. Give them because they scored. The Patriots only got 17 offensive points. Raiders scored 24. The Raiders outscored you. Okay? We want to know who the fuck the corners are, B, in this motherfucking team. Because I had to look this up. Because I don't know shit about this Raiders roster. This Raiders roster, people keep saying it's one of the better rosters in the league. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. Nobody can name more than 3 people on their defense. I'm sorry, 2. No one can name more than 2. One of them they bought, by the way. They don't know. Come on. They don't know who these are. Let me tell you some names right now. All right? Because this is insanity. If I can get it because it wants to freaking restart on me. Nate Hobbs, Tyler Hall. I know for damn sure nobody knows what that is. Sidney Jones. Those are the starting 3 corners for the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday. Who the hell are those guys? And the Patriots receivers were getting locked up by that. Their safeties, 87-year-old Deron Harmon, a Patriot, won many Super Bowls with us. And Trevon Moehrig. Well, I do know who that is. That's probably by far the most talented guy on this defensive backfield. Who the hell are those people? That is what was locking up the New England Patriots for only 17 points yesterday. That. Why is Nelson Aguilar on the field? I don't give a fuck how much he's getting paid. He could be getting paid $1 billion a catch. Get him off the field.
You know what's crazy?
He is one of the worst receivers I've ever seen. Mind you, the Patriots have some bad receivers over the years. He's easily one of the worst ones ever. You could say he is the worst because he's getting paid more than the other bums that was in this team before.
Kendrick Bourne has 22 catches this season.
And he's lost it. And I'm not talking about physically. I think mentally he's lost it because he had a bad drop early in the first quarter. I think he's not in it anymore because
you mentioned Nelson Aguilar, right? And we did some research on his catches.
We did do that yesterday.
He's getting paid.
Him and the other dude, John Smith.
Yes,
we did some research on that.
Yes, John Smith. He's getting paid $50 million this year. $50 million for the duration
of his contract. $13 million.
All right, so this year alone, he has 22 catches, right? Alone by itself. Because I feel like he's on the team. That's how irrelevant he is. He is getting paid $591,000 a catch.
There's not much more for me to say that Trevor didn't because that was just absolutely sensationally beautiful. I have basically nothing else to say. So I'll just say my little keep because we have a lot more games to cover, a lot more horse shit that's happened throughout the whole week. Even on Sunday night, my God, more ref bowl, Lord. But in all seriousness, I was probably the person who had the least aggressive reaction out of all this because I was done with this team weeks ago. All my Patriot stuff is back in the fucking corner like it was last year after that Buffalo Bills massacre last January. It's back there. I'm not watching a single game because they don't deserve me. They don't deserve me. I don't deserve to get my life stressed out because people don't know how to do their job and getting paid millions to do it. Getting paid more than doctors to fail. My God. But I'm going to give this 1 point to hammer this home. Okay? Kraft.
It's time, buddy.
You need to go and have a conversation in your office with Belichick. 30 minutes ago. Not at the end of the season. Not at 3 p.m. in Monday afternoon Eastern time. I'm talking about 11:30. It's 11:45 right now. You should have been had him inside. Like, come on, buddy, it's time to talk. Lock the doors, mano y mano, and be like, after this, you're gonna have 3 games to do what you want. I don't even give a shit what you do anymore. After these 3 games, we're gonna have the ultimate talk on Black Monday. And it's time for the ultimatum, like you said. Either you give up almost every duty you got and you only focus on coaching because it's clear you're too old to have all this responsibility anymore, to the point where it has completely deranged your mind. And now dementia is growing into your mind. You can't handle it anymore. So it's either just like Pete Carroll, what we thought he was this close to doing it.
Very close.
But he fixed himself a little bit, even though his defense is still dog shit. So he's not completely off the rails yet. I was right not to apologize to Pete Carroll yet. See?
Yes.
Told you.
You're right.
Look, told you. He ain't done yet. We'll see.
To be fair, I didn't apologize to him either. I just I asked.
Yeah, and I said, fuck out of here. Wait. And look, they must miss the playoffs after that hot start. You can't handle any of these duties anymore. So here's what, like you said, we're going to do. Either you give up all these duties, you only focus on coaching, you get a good, young, offensive mind who is in tune with the 2022 landscape of NFL football, and he's going to run your offense. Don't even look in that side of the ball forever. Or here is your letter of retirement. You send that in, go back to Florida and retire with your dignity. Those are your 2 options. Because this is over. After that shit, okay. Because you lost the one thing that made you special. It was your players were always going to be at the right place when the time calls for it. That was your number 1 strength. And that's obviously gone. So what good are you? What makes you better than all the other coaches out there? What makes you better than Andy? What makes Andy Reid? What makes you better than John Harbaugh? What makes you better than all these guys? What? Nothing. You show nothing that makes you better than any of the guys that are in tune with the league. So either you become a regular head coach only, or get the stepping, buddy. Here's your retirement. Here's your retirement letter. Have a good life. Enjoy your 45-year-old girlfriend. Go to Florida in your freaking castle that you got in South Florida,
and we'll see you
and have fun.
And we'll see you in 5 years in Canton.
And see you in Canton. And see you in Patriot Hall of Fame. We'll build your statue. There you go.
Of course. Again, we're not going to disrespect the amount of the good things you've done for the organization. We're not going to. You are the greatest coach in the history of the sport.
Yep,
you are, and you will get your recognition. If you haven't gotten it already, you will get your recognition. You will be in Canton. You will be. I mean, hey, next offseason, hey, we'll put you in the Patriot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's to the point where I don't even know why people making you wait.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. To me, it's ridiculous.
Just certain people that they're in now. Like, there's no point in waiting. He's there. Him, Brady, hockey, they made Peyton Manning wait. Like, why?
Hockey did it for Wayne Gretzky. Hockey did not make him wait. They said, "Nah, you're coming in.
Like,
we're not gonna make you wait."
Yeah, it's just certain people. He's one of them. Get him in. But that's it.
Yeah, we're done. Well, we're done with Patriots for this segment. We have a lot more stupidity going on here.
Yeah, so let's get through some stuff that doesn't really matter that much. Yes. Like Ravens and Browns, I'm not talking about that. Falcons and Saints, I'm not talking about that. Desmond Ridder had his first start in Week 15. What do you think was going to happen? Yeah. Steelers and Panthers. Yeah, this division, the NFC South. Jesus Lord,
that's a shit.
Yeah,
and the Steelers still have a chance. I mean,
a small one. They need some Chargers luck.
A lot of help.
Some Chargers. The only need is Chargers luck and to win out, and then they have a chance, but it's slim. Is that Cardinals and Broncos? It was a battle of the backups. Who cares? I don't give a shit.
One of the worst offensive performances that, if you watched it, you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Why would you want to watch that? Why?
It makes no difference. The Colts and Vikings. The only thing I'll talk about that game is that we've literally seen the biggest choke in NFL history, and this guy also have the biggest choke in NFL playoff history too. So Matt Ryan is now known as the biggest choker in NFL history. So he's gonna be remembered for something. Wow, and Minnesota continues to get lucky.
I'm
surprised they didn't file up for lottery tickets. It's insane.
I've been saying this for weeks. They don't impress me. This team is not impressive at all. They're going to get killed in the playoffs. He's like, oh, but you got to be good enough to come back. Adversity against the worst team in the NFL. One of the worst teams in the NFL.
In order for you to come back from a game, they have to do something stupid too. And since the bigger the lead, the stupider they have to be. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, stop. You don't get much credit, bro.
I'm sorry.
They're that bad. Yeah.
They're
the fact that you let them get up in the first place says all I need to know. Like, stop. No.
You're that bad.
Yeah, you're not shit.
You're that bad.
Stop. We try our hardest not to make fun of you, but you give it to us. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, come on, bro. We tried. We did. We haven't made fun of you for weeks since that Buffalo, bro. Yeah.
No.
Y'all make it too hard.
Even that Buffalo game, I give him credit for that. But other than that, I don't respect. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You played in a terrible division. The Lions had a bad start. A bad first half of the season, and they ended up picking it up. What if the Lions were actually like this way the entire year? Ooh, you be hearing the footsteps coming up to you. The Packers are garbage, and the Bears are just the Bears.
Yeah.
You played in a bad division.
6 games.
Who cares?
They're 6 games ahead because they've gotten lucky in God knows how many occasions. Oh, my Lord.
Divisional round, at best, no further. No further than that. I still don't think you're better than San Francisco. I don't.
Hell no.
You're not better. You're not beating Philly. Dallas is an accident waiting to happen, and that's pretty much it.
You know what's funny though? What's crazy is that the Commanders are still the 7th seed. That's insane.
But yes, because of Seattle.
Yeah. If the Lions find a way to get to the 7th seed and Minnesota stays
at 2,
guess what the matchup is?
Detroit and Minnesota.
I will have my betting fingers ready for that one. Minnesota's gonna be the team that wins everybody money wild card round. Last year was Dallas. This year, Minnesota, you might be the ones to win everybody some money.
First of all,
then maybe it might be both. Who knows?
First of all, I'm not gonna lie to you. If that happens, if Detroit is somehow to upset Minnesota in the wild card round, if they get in,
upset.
Oh yeah, you're right. Upset. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be disrespectful to the Lions.
Upset.
Dan Campbell's a made man. Dan Campbell's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's good. He might get an extension.
He will get an extension.
Yeah.
Saying he's the keys to Ford Field.
Basically.
Which he probably has already. Anyway.
Yeah, he probably does. All right, so a couple more. Chiefs and Texans. I'm not letting into this. I don't really care. The Texans got feisty for 2 weeks in a row, but they lost, so who gives a shit? I really don't care. Eagles, they probably looking ahead to Dallas next week. The Bears, they don't really get blown out. That's not how they work since Justin Fields unlocked himself against New England on Monday night. No, I'm gonna let it go. I don't really care. Jalen Hurts had a really bad first half passing wise. Could not completely pass save his life. It was very, very horrible. But he made it up with his legs and got 3 rushing touchdowns on them. Not much to say.
He almost cost me my fantasy season. He almost cost me. But he made up for it. He's a good one out, but still mad with 40 points.
Yeah, so the Dolphins and Bills. Even though Tua himself did not have that good of a game yet again, he made up a little bit for it in the second half. The first half he was absolutely disgusting again. Second half he was made up for a little bit. They ran the football very, very, very well with Raheem Mostert. I just don't understand why Buffalo decided not to have the same attack as the other 2 defenses did that completely locked up Miami's offense. I'm confused. I don't get it. That run game really helped Tua ease into the second half and complete some passes. It really helped them out. If Miami is able to do this on other teams, then they are a playoff team and they will be fine. Fine meaning they'll make the postseason, but lose. That's inevitably going to happen. But they will be okay. I'm just surprised they were able to run the football as well as they did down Buffalo's throat. But unfortunately for Miami, they don't have Josh Allen. And Josh Allen put on a cape during that crazy snowstorm that started about 6 minutes-ish left in the fourth quarter. And thread the needle and got the game-winning drive.
And also Miami. Sorry, but that Mike McDaniel needs to learn. I know he's still a young coach, so he's growing pains to
I personally thought he might have actually coached a better game.
He did.
Than McDermott did. Actually.
He did. I agree.
I thought he played
I
very well.
But also, still a young coach. But at the end of the day, discipline needs to be instilled in your defense.
Oh yeah, that pass interference was real bad.
That pass interference was
real bad.
Textbook and blatant.
Yeah,
you cannot do that.
That was real bad.
You cannot do that. People say, "Oh no." The referees were bad the whole week, but you can't. That's just blatant. That's just blatant. That was really bad. Like, what are you doing?
The refs were bad. They almost caused Minnesota, I think, that comeback win too, because they had a punt return coming. They wanted to call some bogus ass flag. It was pretty bad. The refs were bad this week. Ref bowl. We haven't had one of these in a while. Yes. But yeah, that pass interference was egregious. 100%. We were just sitting there like, oh my god.
Like, what are you doing?
You're not even letting Josh Allen work for it, bro. like what are you doing?
It's too easy.
Yeah.
They said, so you don't want to win this game. Okay, great.
Yeah, that was you 100% right. That was real bad.
Again, it screws up because I'm saying if you
I think that 3 games left.
Chances are they weren't going to win the division anyway. But you sweeping Buffalo. Could have been like, yo, Buffalo not messing with us. Great confidence booster, but no, Mike McDaniel needed still a little bit more discipline in this defense. But other than that, coached a very good game. Got away with it, and yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It impressed me a bit. He really did. 3 games left. We can go with the Buccaneers one real quick. Buccaneers up 17-0 at the half. And then the Cincinnati defense got turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. There were about, I think, 4 in the second half, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5. One of the 2. I think it might have been 5. I think it was a fumble in there too. I think 5 turnovers Cincinnati defense forced against Tampa Bay in that second half, and you just made it too easy for Burrow. Burrow barely had to work in that second half to really break the game open. Keep giving them 20 yards to score a touchdown. Him and Chase go and find it. They go and find it.
Of course they're gonna find it.
Plus, they were also letting Tampa Bay's secondary get away with a lot of murder in that game too. They were absolutely bear hugging and rock bottoming those receivers all game long. It should have been called for another 3 or 4 pass interference calls, but they weren't called for them. And Burrow and Chase and Higgins and Boyd said so. And they beat the shit out of them in the second half.
I'm not doing anything. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just so
sorry.
They're terrible, but lucky enough to play in the NFC. Shit.
Because everybody else lost, not named the Saints, and the Saints were behind 1 game, and now they're tied with the other 2 guys. Because Panthers and they beat the shit out of the Falcons, and the Panthers lost. So it's still up for grabs. But this was good for Tampa though.
Yes, because they have
because everybody else lost, and I think they swept New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. So they're good. The Tampa lost the game, but they won out regardless because they're still safe for the division lead with 3 games left.
They have Arizona next week, which
easy.
They're not losing to Arizona. Absolutely not.
No.
Arizona is the epitome of dog shit.
Yes, they lost to Denver.
Yes. Denver's on a winning streak. Oh my god.
Yeah, Denver's on a yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no, they lost to Kansas City the day before. So the last 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Because they beat Baltimore the week before that. Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah, but they lost to the Chiefs, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Russell Wilson's last stand.
Literally.
Yeah. So last 2 out of 3, Denver is in there. So but yeah. So yeah, and Arizona's going to lose to Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay's gonna have that win. And that win might be the win that X's them in to host the playoff game with an under 500 record. Right? They have 8 losses now, right?
Yes, they're 7-8 right now.
Yeah, and I can almost guarantee you they are not going to win out. They're going to lose 1 more game, so that will solidify them as 8-9.
And they'll be
then they'll be hosting a playoff game. In fact, I'm gonna tell you exactly what their games are right now. I know next week you say you get Arizona, which I know that's true. And I guess division now, right? They're gonna have Panthers and Falcons. I think those are the last 2 games.
I believe so. Yes.
Yep. They got Panthers at home, and they are going to or hosting.
They're going to Atlanta, I believe.
And they're going to Atlanta to finish the season. Yeah. We'll probably go through a little bit more of this on the preview show on whenever Thursday, whenever the hell we decide to do it. All right. 2 games left. The 1 o'clock banger. So, Zach Wilson's start, right? And he started off so good in the first half. They were actually doing well. I mean, they didn't no points to show for it, but he was actually completing a lot of passes. He wasn't doing anything stupid until he threw his one dumbass pick, right?
Which was
I shouldn't even call it dumbass. I should just call it a Zach Wilson pick.
a typical Zach Wilson turnover.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. It was pretty damn bad.
And I wish I was a fly in the arena next to Gary Wilson, or I'll be in his inner thoughts and wondering what the hell he was thinking, because what the hell was Zach Wilson throwing his ball to?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think he don't see coverage at all. He just says, "I'm just gonna throw it, and wherever happens, happens."
That's literally what it was. He did not see coverage. It was beginning of the third quarter when this pick happened. He does not read coverages. He's like in the football equivalent of legally blind.
I like that. That was good.
That's what he is. He's the football equivalent of legally blind. He does not see nothing.
Agree. Legally Blonde is the movie. Check that movie out too. Legally Blonde. That's a good movie. That's a good opposite.
He's really bad. So that pick should never happen to an NFL caliber quarterback. It should not happen, but it did because Zach Wilson. And what had me kind of laughing but feeling bad at the same time was every time something happened, they always zeroed into Mike White. Each time something happened, it's like the media and the TV broadcast never fail at the time. They kept every time going to Zach Wilson. Every time something stupid happened, it was a messed up throw, messed up thing, an interception, a drop. You see a receiver like this in the field, they zoom right to Mike White every time. Mike White, and Mike White is standing there like, shit. And you thinking in his head, if I was there, bro, I would win this game. And I agree with him.
I agree with him. He would have.
He would have won this game. You know who else probably would have won this game that should have played? Flacco. Why does he not play?
Why wasn't the team?
I don't understand. Well, despite all this, the Jets defense, which is always stout, held the Detroit Lions to 13 points regardless. But of course, Zach Wilson couldn't do a damn thing. Garrett Wilson is trying his damnedest to do something. Any little throw that's thrown at him, whether it's inaccurate, yeah, I did that. He will catch the football. Mind you, there were 5 missed targets on him. He was 4 catches out of 9 targets. I'm pretty sure none of those were drops. For 98 yards. He tried. Made some big plays down the stretch too. But then the Jets defense, man. After a possibly game-winning touchdown drive, I believe it was a QB sneak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Where
Zach Wilson looked like a hero. And then the Jets defense finally had a blip. The drag route happened.
No, hold on. No. He tried to run it in, but he was short. And the next play, he threw it to one of the backup tight ends.
My bad. There you go. This is why we have co-hosts. They'll correct you when you're stupidly wrong. To Uzama, his second touchdown of the day.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So yeah, still, he's even better in his case. He threw a touchdown pass that possibly won the game, so he looked like a hero. Then the defense had a blip. Tight end ran a drag route, threw it in. The whole Jets defense is on the other side of the field for some reason. There's only like 3 defenders on the way, and they actually returned a 59-yard drag route from a backup tight end. Or the tight end, I don't know. He was a backup.
Yeah.
He was. Good. Wow. The Jets defense that has been stout all year finally had a blip and messed that up and forced Zach Wilson and them to have to do what they couldn't do all game, to do it again with less than 2 minutes left in the game. And you know what happened?
Greg Zuerlein happened. Greg Zuerlein is very, very bad as far as coming from kicking for over 50 yards.
Mind you, what's funny though, that this season, apparently, I think that's historically true. This season, I think he was like 4 for 6 on 50+ yard kicks. If I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
they showed that.
Yeah, he's 4 for
But
6.
you already know, you see that? That's the omen of what's about to happen.
Yeah, he's 4 for 6 from 50-yard line, and told him like 7 to 6 for 14.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like historically, that's true. But for that season, he actually was hitting 50+ yarders consistently.
I think he tied the franchise record for youngest, which is the Jets for you.
That had to be like Nick Folk, right? Because I remember
Nick Folk 2010.
Yeah, I'm saying because I remember those seasons. They never scored touchdowns. He was always kicking deep ass field goals. I remember. God, I hated those Jets teams. Anyway, it wasn't even close. It shanked. The minute it left his foot, it just bounced to far left. And I know I saw this coming. I laughed. They're like, he's gonna make this. I'm like, no. Boing. I'm like,
we knew he wasn't gonna make it. I'm like, he'll lose this game. And
they almost ran out of the house laughing. I'm just like,
nah, me and Raul definitely did.
Yeah, I was dying. I felt horrible. Because again, like I said, the minute that happened, who did they show on camera? Mike White.
Which made me laugh even harder.
And he swore on camera. I think more than once he did it too. He was like, fluff. And looked down, he was like, oh, and I felt bad. I'm like, he would have won this game, bro. I really feel this in my heart. He would have won this game. Because he's better than Zach Wilson. You know, like everyone is. So I wonder. I guess it's depending on Mike White's health. It is the last we're gonna see Zach Wilson forever. I wonder.
I think it might be. Because he didn't play. That second half was really bad.
Yeah. He started off literally with like a pick, almost pick 6. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Damn. What a bust. They know how to pick them, right? Sanchez, Mano, and now Milf Hunter. Gone.
We had a joke for that yesterday, and I can't say it on camera, but the only thing that would make this perfect for the next quarterback, but yeah, I can't say it on camera because it's so horrible.
Yeah,
but it's hilarious, but it's horrible.
Yeah, some nice adult humor. All right, so final game, Giants Commanders. I'm actually proud of the Giants. They played their best game of the season to me. It was very, very, very physical on defense. Kayvon Thibodeau.
In their first winning, and their second winning record since the Super Bowl. Second. So again, the Giants again, they're playing the team on their schedule. They're winning. They're winning games, whether it's unorthodox as possible.
This one. There's gonna be the worst they can go is 8-1. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the worst they can go, and kudos to them. They're doing their thing.
They did well. Defensively, specifically.
Yes,
but Saquon Barkley, I guess the shoulders back right, put it back together. I don't know. But Saquon Barkley was absolutely sensational in this game, man. They really made an emphasis to get the ball out of Daniel Jones's hands quick. They were not playing. They're like, no, we're not going to give this defensive line an opportunity to make any plays. But ours is. But remember, the title, one of the titles of this show is going to be Ref Bowl. Because we're going to fast forward after giving Kayvon Thibodeau and Saquon Barkley game balls, right? Probably going to give it to Thibodeau because it's his first one. We got to go to Ref Bowl and we have to address the elephants because there's 2 of them in the room.
Let's start with the Terry McLaurin one.
Oh my Jesus!
The Terry McLaurin one. I truly believe. Like, again, I can't stand when people say that the NFL is rigged. I can't stand when people say I think it's stupid. Like, all right, shut the fuck up. Like, please, it's dumb. But when you see stuff like this, I'm like, kind of hard to argue there. Like, the referee, Terry McLaurin is apparently out of position, right? The referee, and the rule is the referee, if you're out of position, the referee is allowed to tell you, yo, you're out of position.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get back in position. So he tells Terry McLaurin, yo, I'm out of position. Terry McLaurin is looking at him saying, yo, I'm good now, right? He said, yeah, you're good. Tiny Heineke hikes the ball.
It's all on camera. It's there.
All on camera.
You see it.
Mike Tirico could not believe it. And I love Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico's incredible. He was like, what? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? But the problem is, if you talk about the officials, if you're an employee of the NFL, you talk about the officials, you get fined.
Yeah, McLaurin literally said that in a post-game conference in locker room. He said, I'm not trying to get fined, so I'm just going to say this, that, and the third, and that's it.
But you know what? You know how I blame for this most, even though it's not really the same thing, because the players association and the referees have their own union too. So then the fact that the NFL owners are so scared, I'm gonna say scared, because you don't want to upset them. Because remember last time we upset them, you had the replacement fiasco that was, what a great 4 weeks that was that season. But 20
in the Intel reception.
Yes, incredible.
That started Seattle's reign of terror.
It did.
That Green Bay game was that Monday night, I believe.
Yes, Monday night game. In which Mike Tirico was incredible in his play in that call. Incredible. Yeah, he was incredible. But yeah, that was bad. Like what that referee should be out of a job. Say no. How the hell do you not know what positioning is? You said he was good, and then flag.
You straight up lied to the man.
You lied to the man. If I'm Ron Rivera, which again, he's probably losing his mind. They would have had to eject me. They would have ejected me. If I was the coach, you would have had to eject me. I was calling him all types of MFs, all types of just anything that came in my mind, which you already know I was going to say. But
the reason why this is a big deal is because the almost said there are. The Commanders would have scored a potential game tying touchdown. Yes. That. They're down 20-12 at this point. In the late fourth quarter, Robinson would have scored the touchdown. Because of that penalty, they had to move back. When McLaurin asked, "Am I right? I'm good?" The dude said, "Do you see him nodding?" And then, but that's one. Now let's fast forward. Because they still were in that, they were still within inside the 5 at that point in time. Then was this 4th down, I think?
Yes.
4th and goal. What happens? Oh my God. Curtis Samuel basically gets bear hugged from get. The defender does not let go, and there is no pass interference call when it's one of the more egregious pass interference no calls we've ever seen. Wow. Dude just like all over him on YouTube. You can see I just held on to him. It's like, bro, like if he haven't seen his father in 27 years. Like it was really that bad. And he's never they didn't call it. Like, what the fluff, bro? Like what are you doing? Why are you afraid to call a flag when it's supposed to be called? Why did they hold back the flag then? That's not the first time they did that in this game, by the way. They were very physical with the receivers and let them get away with a couple of times. You go. This is why this is called Ref Bowl. We haven't had a Ref Bowl podcast in a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It was really
but again,
this week.
It's getting worse every single week. But this was just on full display and on national television by
Sunday Night Football. A huge division game for playoff seeding.
Now the Commanders lost. But it didn't hurt them. It didn't hurt them because the tie actually saves them.
Yeah, they're still 7th seed right now.
They're still 7th seed. The Giants obviously are. They to me they needed this win because I think they lose this game to the Commanders, they don't make the playoffs.
I agree.
They don't make the playoffs. But
they took care of business. So.
Because they took care of business, and this is their first division win all year. So now the Commanders have Detroit right on their heels. Detroit's hot right now. The Commanders' schedule, I'm not sure what the schedule is, but it's not easy either.
No, you're in the NFC East. You still have to play 1 or 2 of the division teams left.
You still have to play.
I know you definitely playing Philly.
You play Dallas one more time.
And Philly. No, you still got Philly, right?
Yeah.
Philly beat them early.
Yeah.
With Wentz, and then Heineke beat them on Monday night. So you're lucky you don't got to play Philly. Yes. But you do have to play Dallas.
End of the year.
Yeah, so you got to play Dallas. The Lions, I think the next 3 games they play, everybody's under 500, if I'm not mistaken.
The Lions play Carolina next week. I know that. And then
that's 1. They got to play Chicago and possibly Green Bay again. I don't know. They played twice already.
The first one they won 12-8, 12-9, stuff like that. I think they play it one more time.
Yeah. Everybody's under 500, not in the playoff.
Which Green Bay, I'm not gonna lie, they could sneak a couple of wins.
They could. They
have Miami next week.
They have Rams tonight. That's very winnable.
Yes, they have Miami next week, which they could sneak. They could sneak them too, which if the Patriots would have won today, that would have been huge.
But who gives a shit
But
now?
Now who cares? And potentially the Chargers are probably gonna make the playoffs anyway because
they're 6th seed right now.
6th seed.
They're 6th seed right now. Miami's 7th.
Yeah. What a week.
Yeah, this was a huge week.
A very long episode, by the way.
This is about an hour and change.
Hour and change, yes. Yes. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, like you always do. Be a part of the conversation. And again, remember that you're smart. A lot of you are smarter than NFL officials. You know, then
Patriots coaching staff.
And Patriots coaching staff. Pretty soon there'll be job opening. So if you're an NFL coach, why not? Yeah, go ahead. That being said, peace out. See you soon. Peace out.